Tilakase, then we can have some hope there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks. Mr. Karunaratne, yes.
I would like to add something about this inclusiveness. Recently, we have concluded our strategic plan review for the next 5 years, 2011 to 2015. Under the Regional Development Department cluster, one of the goals we have decided was to promote financial inclusiveness in the regions. At least the 100% inclusiveness was our target through various mechanisms, and KPIs have been already set out. And therefore, I think actually recently the top central, the top management, the monetary board has decided to prepare a plan for the promotion of inclusiveness and promotion of SMEs and micro sector, micro business and all that. Therefore, I think that in future, Central Bank will focus on this area, and that's why I told you that the future is better. The inclusiveness is also that it is come to the top agenda. Then I think it is a good news for all stakeholders.
Thank you, Mr. Karunaratne. Indeed, good news, and it's very, we are very pleased to hear that from the Central Bank. And we will. There is somebody raising hand. Just last question, please. Yeah. Please wait for the microphone.
My name is Faiza, representing Muslim Aid actually. We have started, basically, microfinance sector as well. You know, we are talking about the microfinance regulatory and all those things. Just to ask from the Mr. Karunaratne, is there any province or kind of thinking about the Islamic finance, microfinance as well in the regulatory, or any kind of thought on that one as well? Basically, we are talking about the everybody in Sri Lanka. So in that case, if you can explain or tell us about the Islamic microfinance, Sharia compliance also, whether you are consider that one as well in the regulator.
Thank you. Very good question. Please.
Yeah. As far as I know, that Central Bank has no objection to apply this Islamic banking concepts. They have accepted, and there is no objection. I think still I don't know whether there's any regulation or that, but there is no objection because it has been discussed, I think, during Mr. Wijewardena period also, and it has been taken into consideration. It is accepted. There is no question about that.
Thank you very much. Yes, now the questions are coming up, and we are about to close. Okay, one last question. Yeah.
Thank you very much, and it's good news that Central Bank is finally trying to bring in some policy framework for this thing. I hope it will go through, because in this country, you know, people have been talking about education policy for how many decades? Health policy, and I think this policy will not fall into that category. Actually, these policy matters are very important because now you see one of the biggest constraints in this country, as Mr. Wijewardena said, is fund problem. Now, our policy at present does not allow any foreign direct investment in this field. This is a very bad situation because any other field you are promoting it. Whereas microfinance is not allowed. You go by some archaic loans that archaic laws that were brought in to protect people from Afghans. Now Afghans are gone for many ages now, still this law prevails. So I would like to bring your attention to this because it's, I think, one of the good ways to solve the funding problem. So I think still until that, this, if you try to bring it into this country, you are considered as cheaters, I was told by some quarters. So this is a very bad situation. I hope you, Mr. Karunaratne, will take this matter when you are framing your policies. And these policies should come fairly soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Attanayake. I'm sure that Mr. Karunaratne will take note of that and convey that as well to his senior management. And before we close and thank our panelists, we had a very good discussion, I believe, and we focused on number of burning issues, but at the same time, we have to bear in mind that Sri Lanka's microfinance industry has very, very strong positive aspects as well. It has been built primarily without donor assistance for many, many years on the basis of deposits. And also, we have a very, very strong community-based financial institutions, which is not prevalent in countries like Pakistan, Bangladesh, etc. So there are lots of positive aspects, and outreach is high. Also, there is robust financial institution providing services to many low-income households. We still have to make improvements on that. With that note, let's, ladies and gentlemen, give a big hand to our panelists for job well done. Thank you. Thanks for your participation as well.
So thank you very much, gentlemen. It was a great thrashing out of the issues for people from the local industry and for people still learning about the industry. A fantastic opportunity, and appreciate that. And I'm going to invite Mr. Craig Wilson from FDC, Executive Director, to come up and present gifts to speakers. Thank you. Thank you. Gentlemen.